Hey, what's up guys? So welcome indeed to the Challenge 135 guide. This is going to be a Necromancer build that is heavily based off of having more skeleton mages. So as far as the build goes, here are the skills as well as the runes up on the screen, as well as the passives over here. But the most important thing really to go ahead and mention is that it does run the Bones of Rathma or Rathma set over here, and that's going to deal additional damage with each active skeletal mage. It's going to increase the damage of your minions. So that's where you're getting all of your damage. And then another thing to mention, it does happen to have Bone Ringer, so if you are attacking the same target with the command skeletons, which really just comes down to the elites, it's going to go ahead and just deal more and more damage. It's also running the Circle of Neluge, but everything else is kind of mediocre in terms of min-maxing here. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into the build and showcase off the rift. So as far as the skills that you really need to activate, basically just Bone Spikes as well as Skeletal Mage, and then you can activate command skeletons on elite packs. There's also Corpse Explosion. If you want to activate it, by all means you can do so, but because your Bone Spikes does have a cast animation and also Corpse Explosion has a cast animation, you pretty much just rotate in between both of these, and then when you see an elite pack, pop your command skeletons, and then you can also utilize Army of the Dead if you want to go ahead and activate that just to melt things even faster. But it's pretty much just for elite packs, and then you also have Blood Rush to kind of skip out on some of the content and also use it to progress a little bit faster. But that said, let's go ahead and hop right into the rift over here. So in the very beginning, you want to go ahead and summon a bunch of skeletal mages because that's how you're going to be dealing all of your damage. You can go ahead and activate your Army of the Dead, command skeleton as well. The build is relatively squishy, so keep that in mind. If you happen to rip in your first few runs, don't worry, it happens. It's just not very tanky at all. So we're going to go ahead and clear up these staggering packs after the elite, and then pretty much just Blood Rush across the little gap here. And one thing I really recommend to do to make this much easier is basically activate your Bone Spikes and then rotate that in between your Skeletal Mage, and it'll make things much easier. And that's because you won't have infinite resources with this build. And then we're going to go ahead and just kind of path downward, and then we're going to be coming up to a speed pylon over here, which is quite nice. Obviously going to make things much faster. The first floor isn't the greatest. It actually has to loop back around, so it takes a while to go ahead and get to the second floor. But there are two pylons on the first floor that you can acquire. One, obviously the speed one, and then there will be a defensive one coming up pretty soon over here. So once again, you can pop your command skeletons over on the elite packs, and then also your Army of the Dead. Just use the Blood Rush to kind of go a little bit faster, but be careful because the build, it is squishy. Yeah, we're going to take a little pathing around here. Just the most important thing is make sure you're always at 10 of the command skeletons, because that's going to give you a bunch of extra damage. And then you can use Blood Rush once again to kind of skip out on some of the gaps that this tile set offers. Once again, we're coming up to Elite Pack. But watch out for those little lightnings balls that kind of come down. And unfortunately, the build is relatively slow in terms of its movement, because there's not really anything that you have other than Blood Rush, and it doesn't really have insane amount of cooldown reduction. Yeah, just rotate between well, what I have set for W and E, and you'll be good to go. Now we're coming up to the pylon over here, the shield pylon. We'll have that defensive stat for a little bit, and then we're just going to try to make our way towards the second floor, which will offer a conduit, which makes things a lot faster. But the build has good DPS. It's relatively squishy, and it has what I would call subpar optimization in terms of Corpse Explosion. It's completely unnecessary. You'd actually be probably better off with bone armor, so you can have extra survivability that's pretty much free to access. Another thing I want to mention with Bone Spikes, it does need to actually connect with a target in order to deal damage, and well, obviously to deal damage, but more so to actually gain your essence. Because with some abilities in Diablo, you just need to go ahead and activate them, while others you will actually have to have them connect. We're just going to keep on pathing up. We'll go ahead and kill some of the monsters as we kind of progress here. And then next floor. And if you happen to rip, one thing that's important if you are just going to, like, let's say this floor over here, because this floor has a bunch of the succubuses that throw the blood stars, which deal a massive amount of damage. So if you rip, go back to the other floor, summon some skeletal mages, and then you'll be good to go. Coming up pretty much to the end of the rift. This one doesn't give you like a huge amount of extra time. This is actually going to be my first clear over here. But I just wanted to go ahead and get the pathing out for you guys. And we'll go ahead and eliminate this elite pack. Grab those orbs. And that'll pretty much be the end of this rift. At 98%. Blood rush. Make sure you activate your command skeletons on the elite. And it will melt quite fast. Watch out for that explosion. Okay. And there we go. The challenge rift is indeed complete. I'm actually kind of curious to see what we got for our time as far as the leaderboard goes. Great success. All right. So, like I said, a pretty easy one. We're currently rank 5. Well, dang, the guy over there with that 3-minute clear time. That's actually pretty good. But anyways, guys, there indeed is the clear for the challenge rift 135, which is the Necromancer for this week on North America. But anyways, hopefully this video helped you guys out in case you guys were stuck on it. Like I said, it is a relatively squishy build, so if you die maybe 2 to 3 times, you're totally fine. You can still complete the rift. Just make it to the 2nd floor, grab the conduit, and you'll be good to go. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you are new here and you want to see more Diablo content as well as other action RPG and other gaming content, hit subscribe, turn that bell, and you'll see more very soon. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one, and I'm signing out. Peace.